Okay, who's ready to put this baby back together? Oh gosh, okay. This is what it looks like after the weld job. There we are. Let's try to find stuff. It's not the most pretty thing, but who cares? Neither is a tractor. It's a 1970 Power King. It's welded up. Let's take another measurement just to show you how close we are to the original specs. What did we want again? We wanted 0.56 and 0.3 thick. So let's see. I think I was fairly close. And you can test it before you put it back together. I'll show you how to do that a second too. So let's see here. So we're at 0.52, 0.52, 0.51, 0.54. So somewhere in there, I think 0.54 will be just fine. I think it'll be just fine, and I can prove that. What you do is you take one of these forks, not that fork, that one doesn't have the little, see, this is where that rides, right there and right there. So here, let me show you. Easy for me to say, let's do that. Put our little shifter in. Now you see this, you have this little machined groove. And back in there, you see that little dicky sticking out? That's exactly where you want that groove to go. So let's push that baby in there. I don't know how much you can see in there, but she's definitely sitting in the right spot. And then what you want to do is you want to do this. Set this camera holder on my knees, try to get you stable. There we are. My hand's going to be in the way just for a second. Okay. That's what you want to see right there. See that? See how that moves? Oh, that's nice. And it's not, see, there's no slop. See how nice and tight that is? Now, of course, you also want to put this one in, this other shaft, like this. Put that in. And make sure she slides between there. In other words, it's not too thick, and it's not. I mean, I didn't measure that, but it's right around 0.3. We're good. That's good. Because it has to fit in there, and it also has to fit in this other one. So let's move the shaft right there. Turn this over like that. I'm gonna set you down a second right here. Need two hands for this. There. See that? See how nice that moves? I know you don't. Now, see how nice that moves? That's what you want. And look at, there's a little bit of slop in there. See that little bit of slop between the part that I welded up right here and this machined shaft? That's okay. It's a huge improvement over what it was. Okay, so now let's assemble this. I might have to put this on my knees, so I'm gonna get this shaft totally out of there. Set it down so that I can work it. Now what you wanna do, and the spring isn't terribly, it's not good. Well, it might hurt your fingers if it snaps you, but you just have to work that in. Just have to work that around, and I don't know if I'll be able to show you this while I do it, because it's gonna take two hands or else the swearing will begin. I like to avoid that. That's what it looks like before you put it in, and where this little, you'll have a little 90 bent in the spring, that's where that sits. But the idea is to work your way around and put it underneath these, I guess, detents, I guess I'll call them. The keepers for that spring. They pop underneath there and it holds it in place. So give me a second and I'll return as soon as it's in. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to show you. It's kind of neat how this works. What you do is there's one of those detents, for lack of a better term, right there. So you jam your screwdriver. I might get the smaller screwdriver, see if I can bend and break my screwdriver. That's what I love doing. Put it in there like that, and then you pry away from it. See if you can get it to pop. Oops, I missed. One more try here. Get it down there like that, and then you pry. Get the other screwdriver. I don't know if this one's got the nuts to hold it. Let's try this other one. A little bit bigger. Oops. Sure. Hang on. One way or the other, it's going back in there, trust me. Almost. And I'm sure there's an easier way, but I don't care. I got time. I can't remember if last time if I just hit it, I got a piece of brass and just tapped it in. But we're gonna try it like this first until I get frustrated enough where I go get the right tools. At least it doesn't hurt. Usually when you're dealing with springs, it hurts. Almost. There, you prick. There it is. So that one's in. Now, has to go underneath that detent. So let me get that underneath there. All right, and that's underneath there now. Now this has to also go underneath there. Now that's the trick right here, is to get both of these underneath there, and that takes a little bit of horsepower. This is where you may slip and cut yourself, so keep your fingers where they belong. In other words, nowhere near anything. I'll have to probably do this off camera because I got to use a little bit of force, so give me a second. Okay, so now in relation to the these, I don't know what you'd call them, extensions, I suppose. The shaft that has the machined part in it, which is this one, see that little machined part? That goes on the short one, okay? So let's put that in, just like that. And then the other one goes on the bottom, or on the larger portion. Slide that in. Oh, slide it in this way. That's the side that's open. Okay, just like that. And now we have to put the right fork in. This fork, your hole goes opposite of these on the bottom, like that. And the detents, those little half machine detents, go out. And of course that, you have no choice, that's a universally rounded detent. So that one's ready for the pin. And then we'll put the other fork on in just a second after we pound this pin back in. It's not very hard to pound these in. All right, that one is in. We have pounded that baby in. Look at that. There it is. That's pounded in. I took the top shaft out just to do that. Okay, very important that we put the detents in before we go any further. Now, let's go over on this side right here so I can explain it to you a little bit. When we took it apart, what we have is we have a spring, then we have a ball bearing, round ball bearing, and then we have this little odd thing in between in the center. And then we have on top, we have another ball bearing and then a spring. So let's get this in there first so we don't have to take the thing back apart to do it. So first we're going to put this spring in right here. Just like that. Take our little screwdriver. Make sure it goes all the way down. Oh, we got to get that out of the way, of course. Make sure it goes all the way down to the bottom. And it's all the way in the bottom. Okay, let's take our ball bearing. If we can get it, there we are. Clean it off a little bit. And we'll drop it down the hole. And you can see that it's right there. And we'll take our screwdriver, force it down in there. Well, it's really not wanting to go. What's that all about, you think? Did this get in the way again? See, because if this is in the way, then there's no way that it will go. But obviously, that's not even close. So she might require a little bit of help getting down there, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Get your, oh, look at that. It's magnetic. Maybe it won't fit through there. Huh. That might take a little bit of thinking. Now that I got it jammed in there. All right, hang on. I'm going to have to deal with this. That's a little bit odd to me. I don't like, of course, the bearing's hardened, right? So whenever you do anything, like when I ground this, that could have deformed that. But even this in here, you've got a passage. You've got a passage that runs right there, but that bearing is really tight to get in there. But you can see it's seated where it's supposed to be, right there. So that's what we want to see. Now, in order to get the this shaft, you have to depress that bearing down a little bit, and which may, you know what, I may have screwed up and not removed that plug on the end, because I might have to get in there to depress that bearing to make that slide all the way. But I'll attempt to slide that a second and see what happens. Okay, what I did is I put the shaft up against that bearing, which was just barely sticking out of the top here, and then I tapped it with a hammer that way, and it overcame the spring tension and allowed it to sit in the detent. So that's good. That's what we wanted to see. That was great. That was fun. Okay, next, this goes between them, which will be equally, I imagine, I haven't taken and measured it, but I bet you it's about the same size. So let's drop that in. Yeah, see, still some resistance there, but a little tap and it goes right in. So life's full of freaking surprises, I guess. So I'm gonna do my best to show you, if I can here. Let's adjust my holder here. All right, and I'm just gonna grab whatever's close, which will happen to be this punch. I'll just hit it with the punch and punch that in between. Look at that, isn't that cute? Try again. Fourth time's a charm. Okay. It took me 4 times, but I got that mother in there. So now what I'm going to attempt to do is to get that seated, and let's see, right there on the other shaft. So I want to get it into that deep groove right there. Let's see here what will reach down there. I think this big screwdriver right here can go down in there. Let's see if I can get that to go. Yeah, I got it. So I got it. It took a little bit, but I got it. So you can see that that's no longer visible, which means that oddly shaped piece of steel is sitting in there. So let's put our top shaft in, and we want it to go like this. Slide it in. Let's get that freshly welded end out of the way. Get it down into that other fork like that, and we'll slide right by like that. Now we have to put our fork on just like this. If I remember correctly, this fork was a little tight, so it might take a little bit of work to get it where we want it. There it is. Whoops, a little too far. Of course, a little bit, just a little bit too far. See if we can straighten that out. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think we're relatively where we want to be. Now we'll knock this roll pin in a second. That's in. Are we going to be able to yell success? Hold it. Before I do this, let me make sure that I've got this orientated properly, because I don't want to have to, yes, I do. What I wanted to make sure is that, you see this little void right here, that freshly welded bulb goes in? It is on the right side. I don't want to put it together wrong and have to take it back apart after swearing. So we'll tap this in. Now let's make sure that this isn't going to go too far and get in the way of things. I don't think it is. Stop right about there and check our work. So that's pretty, yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, now for our next trick, we need to put a ball bearing in and then this last spring in. Ball bearing in. Ooh, that one fell right in place. Look at that. That's nice. And then this thing, spring. So the ball bearing fell right in. Trust me, I put it in. And then the spring goes in last. And we were to take this guy, which, you know what, I may put that back in. I don't like it, but I don't think I'm ever going to be in this transmission again. Considering that the first transmission probably lasts for 50 plus years, I think we're going to be just fine. And right about there, we're not going to go super tight. We can always tighten it down a little bit more once we put it on the transmission. But that essentially means that everything's together. Now let's see if I can cycle. It cycles hard because this isn't mounted to anything, so it cycles kind of hard. I don't think I'll be able to, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to show you because it's really hard to cycle when it's not mounted. I'm gonna take it off camera a sec. Oh God, that's hard. But it does cycle. I can't hold it and show you because I need two hands to do it, but you have to just trust me. Now, we still have to put these plugs in. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of RTV on those, and basically you just set them down nice and flat, and you just tap them in. That's it. It's like it almost reminds me of like a freeze plug. And of course, you can tell which end it is, which way it goes. You can tell which way it goes because the ends, one of them is super clean, that was on the inside, and one of them's dirty, that was the outside. And then you tap them in. But I got to put a little bit of RTV. I don't even know if I have any RTV. I've got to pick some up. But that essentially is it. That's how you rebuild it. It is not that hard. I made it look a lot harder than it is, but this is very doable. And if you don't have a welder, just, you know, look on Craigslist or on Facebook Marketplace, someone that has a welder. They'll probably charge you 10 or 15 bucks to quick weld that up, but you have to grind real carefully. And I can show you the difference in transmissions. I've got a dual transmission Power King out here. And I think you can tell the difference just by feeling it. This one I rebuilt, this one right here, look how tight that is. And this one's not rebuilt. And you can see how sloppy that is. I just got a little bit, it's got a lot of it. So I would imagine that transmission is going to be going on top here, and I'll just bend that or cut it and weld it. That's what I did with this one, is I cut it and welded it a little bit to get it out, to get it so it's not sitting back here. It was at the wrong angle. So that is it. It is not a bad little job. And this is, of course, the tractor. These things, if you can pick one up, I paid $600 for this about 11 years ago with the deck. I had a plow on it. That's what that's for. And this is where the plow mounted. But I got a four-wheeler to plow. They do plow good, but they're just so slow. A four-wheeler will take you 10 minutes. This thing will take you a half hour, 45 minutes to plow your driveway, depending on how big your driveway is. But that is it, my friends. It's worth doing. Again, if you don't have a welder, there's my welder right over there. That's a 110 volt welder. It's made for mufflers and light body work. Although I welded that on with it, and I welded that on with it. And I also, I had a problem years ago. See that steering box? I welded that too. I ground it out real clean and just put a heavy slow weld on it, and it's held. It cracked and it was flopping around. So I welded that up, but these are tough tractors. Hep wrap around the house. If you liked the video, consider subscribing, hit the like button. Thanks for watching.